How family aspirations changed in India over decades. UN report tells stories of three generations. India is moving from large, necessity-driven households to smaller, aspiration-led ones. The recent UNFPA State of World Population 2025 report features a compelling story of three generations from a single family in Bihar, showcasing this journey of change and its broader implications. Saraswati Devi, now 64, was married at just 16 in 1976. By age 30, she had 5 sons, reflecting a time when the average woman in India had 6 children, fewer than a quarter used contraception, and under half completed primary school. There was virtually no personal choice. Childbearing was determined by tradition, utility, and family or community expectations. Schooling increased gradually, and by the 1980s and 90s, more girls were finishing primary education and had slightly better access to contraception. But families still aimed for multiple children. Anita Devi, Saraswati's daughter-in-law, married at 18 in the late 1990s. She ended up having 6 children, 4 daughters and 2 sons. I initially wanted only 1 or 2 children, just 1 girl and 1 boy. We are poor, and raising a large family is difficult, but talking about family planning was not easy in my family, and my husband was against contraception, Anita was quoted as saying in the UNFPA report. But fertility rates began to decline, reflecting slow uptake of family planning and shifting norms. Anita's daughter Pooja Kumari, educated and married at 22, represents today's urban woman with autonomy over her reproductive choices. She and her husband intentionally plan for 2 children or fewer, a stark contrast to earlier generations. We want to raise them well, provide them with a good education, and ensure a secure future for our family. With limited financial resources, we believe a small family is best, Pooja said in the report. From Saraswati Devi, who had no choice, to Anita Devi, who had some awareness but little agency, to Pooja Kumari, who is planning her family on her terms. This is the quiet revolution of reproductive choice in India. In a country of 1.5 billion, the real story isn't picked. Twitter.com Jilha 66N UNFPA India UNFPA India June 10, 2025. The UNFPA report states that today, nearly 70% of women use contraception, over 90% complete secondary school, and the average fertility is around 2 children, down from 6. This generational narrative is not isolated. Across India, the total fertility rate (TFR) has plummeted from about 6 in 1960 to 2 today. The report links this shift to Tonanan, but the story isn't purely celebratory. The UNFPA warns it reflects a fertility aspirations crisis. 1 in 3 adult Indians, 36%, experience unintended pregnancies, and 30% report having fewer or again more children than they desired, with 23% experiencing both. Nanan India's TFR has fallen to 1.92.0, now below replacement level 2.1, placing it in the demographic trajectory of aging nations. Replacement level is the average number of children a woman needs to have in order for a population to exactly replace itself from one generation to the next, without migration. The globally accepted replacement level is 2.1 children per woman. While nearly 68% of the population is currently of working age, a potential economic boon, the window to harness this before an older population overtakes, is closing. Reproductive autonomy vs structural support. Despite gains in choice, persistent economic burdens, gender inequality, and inadequate child care or parental leave systems mean many cannot achieve their ideal family size even if they want to, says the report. Nanan UNFPA asserts that the focus must shift from controlling fertility to unlocking reproductive agency, where individuals can freely and confidently decide if, when, and how many children to have. Swipe left for next video. Over India, this translates into scaling up affordable childcare and parental leave, promoting gender-equitable domestic norms, ensuring accessible reproductive health care and family planning, and supporting economic security through jobs and housing. India's journey from as many as possible to as few as desired mirrors broader global demographic shifts. The tale of 3 generations, from Saraswati's 5 to Pooja's deliberate 2, captures how deeply family aspirations have evolved. But tellingly, many still cannot align their reproductive lives with their desires. As UNFPA concludes, the real challenge of fertility lies not in how few children are born, but in whether people have the freedom and support to reach their desired family size. Latest blogs